Hi, this is Javin Kharol, a chemical engineer by profession, going to continue our today's topic, fire prevention. Now, what is that? Fire prevention triangles are made from heat, oxygen, and fuel. A fire needs three elements: heat, oxygen, and fuel. Without heat, oxygen, and fuel, a fire will not start or spread. A key strategy to prevent fire is to remove one or more heat, oxygen, or fuel. The risk assessment should include detail on all three elements, minimize the risk of fire starting and spreading. A fire prevention strategy and fire risk assessment should include detailed and full-up consideration of all the issues, including issue arises from heat, oxygen, and fuel. Advice on the three elements follow. This advice is executive and is given in particular order. Now heat. Heat can be generated by work process and in essential part of some of the process such as cooking. The heat must be controlled and kept away unless carefully controlled. Heat generated by product. Process must be dealt with properly. Heat safeguard. Ensure employees are aware of their responsibility. Report danger. The control sources of ignition. Have chimney inspected and cleaned regularly. Treat independent building use such as office over a shop. Separate purpose group therefore compartmentalize each other and ensure cooking food is always attended. Now smoking. The provide no smoking sign, appropriate location, ensure smoking are away from flammable material. Arrange cigarette and matches to be disposed of safely and away from other combustible rubbish. Plant and equipment. The plant and equipment which is not properly maintained and causes the fire. Ensure all work equipment protect catching fire or overheating. Ensure the proper housekeeping such as the prevention and ventilation point on machinery becoming clogged and to have electrical equipment serviced regularly by competent person to prevent spark and fire. Probably clean and maintain heat producing equipment such as burner, heat exchanger, boiler inspected and tested yearly. Oven, stove and fryer require storage of flammable oil from this equipment. Use a planned maintenance program to properly maintain plant and equipment. Review the program if already have one. Now planned maintenance program should deal with frictional heat caused by loose driver bearing which are not properly lubricated or other moving parts. Electrical malfunction. Flammable material used in contact with hot surfaces, leaking valve or flanges which allow seepage, flammable liquid or gases. Static spark, perhaps due to inadequate electric earthing. Now portable heater. Do not use portable heater unnecessarily. They should have emerged tip over switches and thermostatic limiting control. Turn them off. People have room or they are going to sleep. Ensure 1 meter away anything that can burn. Do not use any dry clothes. Now hot work. The hot work often arises construction and maintenance activity. Hot work is work that might generate sufficient heat, spark, flame, causes fire. Hot work include welding, flame cutting, soldering, brazing, grinding, and other equipment incorporating flame, tar, boiler. Hot work can very dangerous. Stringent control must be in place. Identify all hot work. Only allow hot work if no satisfactory alternative. Ensure relevant contractor they are aware hot work procedure and control. Use a hot work permit system include fire resisting protective clothing, clear responsibility, logging and audit process, routine checking and supervision. Item to be worked on: remove safe area, remove protect combustion, flammable material, prevent suppress and control spark, prevent suppress and control heat, provision of training on suitable firefighting equipment, provision separate person Firewatch and use firefighting equipment. Firewatcher, particular precaution, the special risk confined space, leave workplace clean and safe. Final check area, list 60 minutes. They are completed job and certainly prior premises being vacuumed. Now electrical safety. All electric equipment and installation design, construction, installation, maintained, protected and used to prevent danger. Get a qualified electric contractor to carry out installation and repair to electric equipment and fitting. Maintain proper pest control to avoid rodent damage, electric wiring and equipment. Check electric equipment and remove defective equipment. Observe electric cord, they are in good conditions. Plug appliances, light into separate electric outlet. Avoid using extension cord. If you require outlet in area where there is none, have installed qualified electrician. Use extension cord. Safety, not under carpet or across walking the area. Use only one device for one outlet. Now also, provide adequate security, exterior, interior, lighting, instrument, alarm, guard service. Well, secure access opening, prevent access by unauthorized personnel, keep flame properly stored and secure. Now oxygen. Oxygen use in welding, flame cutting, another similar process for helping people with breathing difficulty in hyperbaric chamber, medical treatment, in decompression chamber, in food prevention and packaging, in steel work and chemical plants. The air we breathe contains 21% oxygen, pure oxygen at higher pressure, such the cylinder can react violently with common material such as oil and grease. Other material may catch fire spontaneously. Nearly all material include textile, rubber, even metal will burn vigorously in oxygen. With even small increases oxygen level in air 24%, it becomes easier to start a fire, which will burn hotter and more furiously than in normal air. It may almost impossible to put fire out. A leaking valve, hose, properly ventilated room, confined space can quickly increases oxygen concentration to dangerous level. A main causes the fire and explosion using oxygen that are oxygen enrichment of lacking equipment. Use material not compatible with oxygen. Use oxygen equipment not designed for oxygen services. Incorrect, careless operation of oxygen equipment. Now oxygen safeguard. Unsure employee, they are aware of their responsibility. Report danger. See safeguard. Code of practice working. Confined spaces. Oxygen should never be used. 17. The air in confined space where oxygen is used. Follow safety advice from the supplier. Follow the safeguard on safety data sheet. Keep the safety data sheet readily available. Be aware of danger of oxygen. In doubt, ask. Prevent oxygen enrichment by ensuring that equipment is leak tight and in good working order. Check that ventilation is adequate. Always use oxygen cylinder and equipment carefully and correctly. Always open oxygen cylinder valve slowly. Do not smoke where oxygen is being used. Never use replacement parts which have not been specially approved for oxygen services. Never use oxygen equipment above the pressure certified by the manufacturer. Never use oil, grease, lubricant, oxygen equipment. Never use oxygen in equipment which is not designed for oxygen services. Now, fuel. Workplace with large amount of flammable material display, store or use present greater hazard than those where amount kept is small. Relation of fire. Fuel consists flammable material. Flammable material is a material burned readily normal atmosphere. Flammable material include flammable liquid, example petrol, flammable gases, example propane and butane, and flammable solid, example charcoal paper. It is important identify all flammable material that are your workplace so that proper control can be put in place. Great care must be taken in storage, handling and use flammable material safety data sheet also provide more detail in this advice. Now fuel safeguard. Ensure employees are aware of responsibility report danger. Follow the authority advice on liquefied petroleum gas. Follow the authority advice explosive atmosphere and use guide to safety health and welfare at work. Use the code of practice for avoiding danger underground services. Ensure furnishing, fitting, place assembly, comply. Code of practice fire strategy furnishing, fitting in place assembly. Permit to timber lining on selling corridor wall, selling stairway, only exception class 0. Take care if placing notice bolt, escape, corridor, rupture, paper on board could be fuel in event of fire. Where there are possibility present flammable gas and vapor, conduct a full risk assessment and consider need gas detection equipment. Where gas detection equipment needed, ensure to properly install, maintain and services. Now flammable material. Identify all flammable material so the proper control can be put in place. Identify used substance, flammable vapor, reduce quantity, flammable material, the smallest amount necessary running the business, keep away, escape route, replace highly flammable material with less flammable one, store remaining stock and highly flammable material properly outside in a separate building, separated from the main workplace by fire resisting construction. Provide clearly marked separate storage, flammable chemical, gas cylinder, waste material. Train employee on safe storage, handling, use flammable material. Keep stock of his stationery, supply, flammable cleaner material, separate cupboard of store. This will be fire resisting with fire door. It open the corridor, stairway, escape route. Now, work the gas man. The highly specialized work risk assessment must be conducted. Detailed work instruction must be put in place. Construction and maintenance workload. See advice on planning construction and maintenance activity. Precaution to avoid underground services and overhead line. Advice should be sought from gas supply as needed and worker must be properly trained and supervised. Now, flammable liquid. The flammable liquid can present a significant risk of fire. Vapor evolved. They are usually heavier than air and can travel longer distance, so more likely to reach a source's ignition. Liquid leak and dangerous vapor can arise. Faulty storage, plant and process design, installation, maintenance. Use ignition, vapor for flammable liquid remain a possibility. Concentration to vapor in air has a reduced level which not support combustion. The quantity flammable liquid workman must be kept on minimum normally, no more than half day, half shift supply. Flammable liquid include empty part use container should be stored safely. Small quantity flammable liquid can be stored workroom in a closed container. Fire resisting metal bin cabinet fitted means contain a leak. Flammable liquid should be decanted with stored demanding should be take place in well ventilated area set aside purpose with appropriate facility contain clear up any spillages. Container lid should be always replaced after use. Container should be even open such a way cannot safely resealed. Flammable liquid should be stored handled well ventilated condition. When necessary addition properly designed exit ventilation should be provided. Reduce level vapor concentration in the air. Now container for flammable liquid. Storage container should be properly safety container with self-closing lid should be used. Dispensing, applying small quantity of flammable liquid. There should be potential ignition sources area. The flammable liquid used store flammable concentration vapor may be present in time. All electric equipment use area including fire alarm, emergency, lighting system need to be suitable. Use flammable atmosphere. Now, cleanliness and housekeeping. Avoid accumulation of combustion, rubbish, waste removal. List daily and store away from the building. Never store flammable or combustion, even temporary, in escape route or even it contact potential sources of heat. Position skip so that fire will not put away structure at risk. Clean cooking surfaces on regular basis to prevent greases build-up. In catering, clean ventilation duct regular basis to prevent greases build-up. Flammable combustible rubbish should be not stored even as a temporary measure. Escape route, such corridor, stairway, lobbies, or even it come contact with potential sources of heat. Part of workplace which not normally occupied basement, storeroom, area where fire could grow unnoticed should be regularly inspected. Clear non-essential flammable material substance. If you should protect your area against entry unauthorized people. If the workplace has waste, redirect land nearby should be keep any underground under control so that fire cannot spread through dry grass. For example, there should be no potential ignition sources in area where flammable liquid are used. Store flammable concentration. Vapor may be present anytime. Electric equipment used in area, including fire alarm and emergency lighting system, need to suitable use in flammable atmosphere. Okay guys, this is a fire prevention program. I hope you get sufficient knowledge after watching my video. Next chapter we have covered some another chemical engineering topic. Still then goodbye. Do take good care yourself.